start with this Santa bag, and if you've been following me for a while, you know I love Santa, everything Santa. I collect them, and so I had to get this bag. So we're gonna fussy cut out Santa to start with, and I already had this wood piece from a previous project. If you don't have any wood laying around, that is okay. You can pick up some Dollar Tree signs and do this same project. So once we have a fussy cut out, I had already painted this piece of wood white. If you're starting with a new piece or a piece from Dollar Tree, just cover your piece with some white paint. Then we're going to use some Mod Podge, and we're going to go ahead and glue it onto our wood piece. Now, I have seen on my friend Aaliyah Nepp's channel, DIY Beauty on Purpose, she uses the spray adhesive. So I did not have any of that, but it seems to work really well for her. So if you have spray adhesive, do that instead. Now, I have some wrinkles in this, but that is okay because we're going for a vintage look. And so I was really okay with the wrinkles because the wrinkles give it a more vintage touch. If you don't like the wrinkles, you can make sure you use a brayer and go over it to get any wrinkles out. Once it is glued on there well, I'm going to take my antique Waverly wax and go over the entire project. Now I went different directions, and so this is pretty vintage looking. If you don't like it to be this brown, take out some of your antique wax out of your brush. You can put on as light or as dark of a coat as you want. I went ahead and added some vintage ribbon to the top with some greenery from the Dollar Tree. I believe this ribbon came from Dollar General. That is it for this project. I love this one. It's my favorite of the day, obviously, because I love Santa, but let me know what you guys think about this one. So for this project, we're going to use this bag, and I'm going to tell you guys, you're able to get so many projects out of one bag. It is amazing, and I only paid $1.25 for this bag, and we're going to make 4 projects out of it, so it's pretty awesome. So to start with, I had these frames. They also came from the Dollar Tree. I have never made one of these window pictures, so that's what we are aiming for. We're going to go ahead, take out the inserts of the frame, and then we're just going to use that to trace around in our gift bag. I cut out the 4 pieces, and then we're just going to go ahead and insert them into the frames. I hot glued the frames together, and then just to give it a little bit more stability, I used some popsicle sticks on the back that I got from Walmart. I used 4 popsicle sticks, and I just went ahead and glued them right on. I added a bow up at the top that had some trucks on it because the picture also had some trucks, so I kind of felt like that went together. My ribbon again came from Dollar General. If you've never shopped at Dollar General for their Christmas supplies, they have a lot of really cute ribbon and other little things that you can craft with, and I highly suggest going and checking that out. Once I make my bow, I just add this greenery from the Dollar Tree, and that is it for this one. I really like how this one turned out. Let me know what you guys think about this one. Thank you so much for being here today. It's time in the video for you to hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber of my channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become a part of my YouTube family. Now, using the other side of this gift bag, I really liked this barn, and I definitely got like a rustic kind of feel from it. We're going to go vintage here because I love vintage Christmas, but we're going to use this wood circle that I got from Walmart. They're over in their like crafting paint area, wherever their unfinished wood is. Once I use a circle to trace around the barn, I just go ahead and cut out the barn piece, and I use Mod Podge to glue it onto our wood. You could also use the spray adhesive here as well. Once I get it stuck onto my paper, then we're going to do the same technique we did with Santa, and we're going to use our antique Waverly wax and cover the whole thing, and then kind of use a paper towel and get off any excess. We're going to use some twine on the back and just make a little loop so that you can hang it on a tree. Double check that it's in the middle because mine wasn't, and I had to make sure I moved it to be in the middle. I went ahead and added a cute little bow at the top, and that is it for this one. It's an over large ornament, or as I always say, you can use an easel and put it in your decor instead, but it's versatile and very vintage. Let me know what you think about this one. So for this project, we're going to take one of these wood pieces they have in the crafter square area all the time. They have different shapes. They have stars, hearts, and the scroll pattern. We're going to be using the scroll pattern one today. I love to use these for ornaments all year round. So we're going to go ahead and take two pieces of this same gift bag. It doesn't really matter where. It kind of went abstractly here. I'm going to use the season's greeting part, but it doesn't cover the entire greetings part, but that is okay. So we're going to go ahead and use some Mod Podge. We're going to cover it and then put our pieces down. You could use the spray adhesive here as well. That will also go faster than the Mod Podge. Once I get it glued on, I'm going to take my antique Waverly wax again, cover the entire thing, and let that dry. Then I'm going to use a pair of scissors, find the holes at the top, and then I'm just going to poke through there with a pen. Using the same twine, I'm going to go ahead and go through the hole, tie a knot at the top. I wanted to add a little something special up there just to give it a little bit more pizzazz. So I took some Merry Christmas ribbon. I think this came from Hobby Lobby. I've had it a little while now, and I tied it into a shoelace bow, put one on each side, and that is it for this cute ornament. You could use one gift bag, make several of these, and they would make really great gifts, or you could sell them. Let me know what you guys think about this ornament. If you've made it this far in the video, comment a Santa emoji and let me know you're enjoying the video. So for this project, we're going to be creating some postcards. Now in the summer, I made some postcards using some Dollar Tree calendars. We're going to do something similar here, only using the gift bag. Now I've used this gift bag a couple times in this video, so I'm just going to go ahead and use up any of the leftover pieces. That's what's great about this, is that they don't have to be the total image. So you're going to get a more modern look if you only have pieces of the truck or something like that instead of a whole image. Now if you don't like that and you want to have the whole image, you can definitely do that as well. I went for the more modern look. So I took what was left over of this gift bag. I cut out 4 of these pieces. Now these are cards that I got from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to glue my gift bag onto the card. These are postcard size cards. They also come with envelopes, so if you'd rather send this as a card instead of a postcard, this package at Hobby Lobby comes with envelopes. You can get these for 40% off when they are on sale for the Paper Studio. You could also use any other paper that you might have to create cards out of this as well. But you're going to want something sturdy on the back because the gift bag is a little flimsy just to make a card out of. So once I have my images cut out, I'm just using a regular glue stick. I'm going to glue it on to the postcard, and that is it. I have this really cute set of 4 postcards that all go together but are different images. You can do this with any kind of gift bag. If you would rather have a more cohesive look, you could get one that has mostly just a big pattern and not any characters on it. And then you could have several postcards if you wanted to use these for Christmas cards. That would be great too, or as a gift. Let me know what you guys think about this one. We're going to use this tag ornament as our inspiration piece. I took these shelves from the Dollar Tree. I had my husband cut them into a tag shape, and then I went ahead and had him cut off the holes that were at the bottom. He added a hole at the top of one of our planks, and then we're ready to get started. So we're going to go ahead and use some antique Waverly wax. We're going to cover both sides using a paper towel and wiping it down. Once I have my wax on and it's dry, we're ready to do some dry brush brushing, I'm using a chippy brush. I get mine from Amazon and I'll link those down in the description box. But we're going to just use some white paint and go over the top of our tags. Once that is done, we're going to take this stencil. Now I know our tags say merry and bright. I'm going to change that into North Pole. I have this stencil that was in a stencil set that came from Amazon. I'll link those down below, but we're going to put North on one of our tags and Pole on the other. Once I have that done, we're ready to add the top portion. So all I'm going to do is take some ribbon and make a little bow, and then we're going to add some greenery into the back, and that is it. I think this turned out so adorable. This is my favorite project of the day. I think it gives a very high-end vibes, and it definitely is reminiscent of our Christmas tree ornament. What do you guys think about this one? So for this project, we're going to create this red door ornament. Now they have this ornament over at Dollar Tree almost every year. I think I've been seeing it for quite a few years now. I thought it'd be fun to recreate one. Now I found this door in the Dollar Tree Plus section for fall, and I decided that this would be a great way to make this project. Now come closer. They actually have Christmas doors now in the Dollar Tree Plus section. So if you don't want to recreate this but still want a really cute Christmas door, you could always pick one up in the Dollar Tree Plus section. I went ahead and took off all of the embellishments. Now the gather sign was this like wood chipish type sign, and some pieces got left on the wood door part. I chose not to scrape them off, but later I ended up having to take them off anyway. So if you have pieces left, go ahead and scrape those off. Once you have that all taken off, I tried to paint mine with some red acrylic paint. It wasn't working. It was just sort of soaking into the door. So instead, I took it outside and spray painted it with some white spray paint. Once that was dry, I brought it back inside and used my red acrylic paint and painted over my door. Once I had it a couple coats on there and I got the red color I was looking for, then I was ready to add my embellishment. So this is a already pre-made wreath from the Dollar Tree. It's just the greenery portion, and this is some really heavy duty metal. I was trying to bend it to make it a little bit smaller, but it was not going to look very pretty if I bent it. So I went ahead and used the same shape. If you feel like it's too big for the door, you can always get some greenery and wrap it around instead and glue that down. They have two choices at the Dollar Tree. You can get the greenery pieces that are just by themselves, or they do have like a long piece of greenery that you could wrap around and make a wreath out of. Once I get that glued on, then I'm going to add some berries here. This is just a berry pick I had on hand. And then I also created a bow with some ribbon I had on hand. I just went ahead and tied it off in the middle with some twine. Now I kind of played around with this a little bit because it just wasn't looking like I wanted to. I went ahead and added some dry brushing of black around the outsides. I did not add the snow to this because I tried to add some snow. I didn't like the way that it was looking, and I didn't have any fake snow on hand. But if you have that like glittery fake snow from the Dollar Tree, that would be really cute in sections of the store as well. Once I had that done, I was going to be done with it, but I decided there was some extra space at the top and I didn't like that. So I added some bells to the middle of our wreath, and then I just added another bell to the center, and then I really liked it. So here it is. It was sort of a work in progress, but I think we get the total look of this ornament. Let me know what you think about this one. I found this really cute wreath ornament at Dollar Tree and I thought we can totally recreate this one. So we're going to be using a pool noodle and some tape. We're just going to put it together and tape it off. Now this pool noodle, I had used a portion of it for another project, so it's a little bit smaller than a normal pool noodle, but a normal pool noodle will work as well. So once we have that all taped together, then we're going to take these dusters from the Dollar Tree. Now the duster will not fit all the way around your pool noodles, so I needed 8 dusters, or actually 7 I think, dusters to go ahead and make this. But this is super easy. All we're going to do is add hot glue to either your pool noodle or your duster, and then you're going to glue that onto the pool noodle. Now there were some areas that I had to add extra glue once I got it onto the pool noodle, but I used 4 on the outside and 3 on the inside. Once I get that all glued on, you can't even tell this was a pool noodle. I love the fluffiness of this, and we don't have to cut any of these, so they are not as messy as they sometimes can be. But once we have that all glued on, we're going to take some ribbon, make a bow, and we're going to just tie that off like a shoelace bow, glue it up at the top, add some greenery and a few berries and a bell, and then that is it for this project. I think it's super adorable. Let me know what you think about this one. If you made it this far in the video, comment a Christmas tree emoji so I know that you're here and you're loving this video. Now let's get back to the DIYs. So I found this super cute present ornament at Dollar Tree and I thought I could recreate this one. So we are going to be using these wreath forms over in the crafter square area. They have these square ones. I picked up 5 of these wreath forms. We're going to need some zip ties and we're going to zip tie them in several areas around them. So we're going to make this into a 3D box shape. I can't remember how many of these zip ties I used. I didn't actually count, but I put 2 on each of the sides and then I went ahead and did 2 up in the corners. Now I left the bottom open. You could close the bottom if you want to. I decided I just didn't think that I needed to, but if you felt like you needed a 6th one to put that in the bottom, then you could go ahead and do that too. Then I found these scarves at the Dollar Tree and I thought that they were pretty close to the buffalo check. Now, once I get them all glued on, I think it's not quite the pattern I was going for. So I was a tiny bit disappointed because it doesn't really give you the buffalo check feel, but it's still super adorable. And honestly, fabric would work great here. You could pretty much use anything you wanted to here. I was thinking wrapping paper as well might look really cute for this project. But I'm just going to take 2 of these scarves and go in one direction, and then I'm going to take 2 more scarves and go in another direction. So then my whole square is covered. I used hot glue just on some of the rings in various places. I flipped it over and I glued down these scarves inside the box. So once I have all my scarf put on there, I'm going to add some ribbon. The ornament had some twine, but I thought the twine might get lost. You could definitely use some nautical rope here instead of ribbon if you wanted to get more of the ornament look. So I'm just going to put it in one direction and then another as it crisscrosses like a present. I go ahead and glue it down and then I add some greenery to the top along with some berries, and that is it. It was pretty easy. And I didn't need a lot of supplies to make this, so definitely recommend this one, and the sky is the limit for however you want to create this. Let me know what you guys think about this one. For this ornament, we're going to gather up some supplies. I grabbed some tumbling tower blocks from the Dollar Tree. I also got some of these little Scrabble tiles. I think mine came from Hobby Lobby. I'm not 100% sure. I also got some baker's twine that you can pick up at the Dollar Tree, and this paint that I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm using lime green. I will link that down in my description box. So we're going to go ahead and paint our tumbling tower blocks with the green paint. I just used hot glue to glue these together, but you could also use wood glue as well. Once you get those glued together, we're just going to attach our tiles that spell out Grinch onto our little block. So this is supposed to look like a Scrabble tile holder. You're gonna put them in there however you want. I liked staggering them a little bit. Once I get them on, I'm gonna take this Santa hat sticker that I got from Hobby Lobby. I looked everywhere for little tiny Santa hats and I couldn't find any. Let me know if you've seen them somewhere, but I just decided to use the sticker. I hot glued it to the side of our ornament. We're gonna take the baker's twine to use it as a hanger, and then that is it for this project. It probably took me about 10 minutes to make this. The most it needed was the drying time of the paint. It's super easy and adorable. Let me know what you guys think about this one. For this project, we're going to take one of these big hearts from the Dollar Tree. They have these over in the Crafter Square all the time. This is not a seasonal item, and I actually made this as like a last minute type one. It ended up being my favorite one, so there you go. Well, all we're going to do is take some red acrylic paint, and we're going to cover the entire heart. Once I have that painted and dried, I'm going to take this boa that I got from Hobby Lobby. I used it in all of the projects today. It was $3.99. I thought that was pretty good because I have quite a bit left, so I can make a lot of projects still from this one boa. We're going to go ahead and measure it around the heart, and then we're going to use some hot glue, gluing our boa around the heart, and that is it for this one. It's super easy, inexpensive, and my favorite one of the day. Let me know what you guys think about this one. This project, we're going to take these wood rounds that I got from Amazon. They come with the hole already in them and some twine to hang them up. The possibilities of like decorating these are really endless, so check them out down in my description box. For this ornament, we're going to go ahead and cover them with some lime acrylic paint. This is the Folk Art brand. I'll link it down in my description box. I picked mine up at Hobby Lobby, but you can also get it on Amazon. And then I'm going to just go ahead and let that dry. Now I only did the front. You can also do the front and the back if you want to. I picked up these cute little Grinch face stickers on Amazon as well. They come with 3 different face styles, and so I'm going to go ahead and make all 3 of the face styles for you guys today, so you can check them out. If you want to pick up the faces, I will link those stickers down in my description box. This is a super easy project. Anyone can make this, and kids could also make it. You're going to go ahead and just peel off the sticker, stick it to the front of the wood block, and then we're going to take this boa that I got at Hobby Lobby, and we're going to just cut off a little piece and glue it to the top of our wooden block. I will link a feather boa that I found on Amazon also down in my description box if you can't find a Hobby Lobby one. That is it for this project. Super easy, super quick, and super cute. Let me know which of the 3 faces was your favorite. This one was mine. We're going to use a couple of fall items to make this next Grinch ornament. You're going to pick up some of these ghost ornaments as well as the witch's hat ornaments. We also need a flat wooden bead. I got mine from Amazon. I will link those down in my description box if you want to check them out. It's also time for me to pick up another bag of those. So we're going to go ahead and paint our ghost with the lime green paint. Once we have that covered, and I only really needed to give it 1 coat. If you feel like you need more than 1 coat, go ahead. Then you're going to go ahead and paint the wooden bead the green color as well. We're going to paint the hat the red color of acrylic paint, and it's totally up to you what color red you use. I'll link the color I used down in the description box. Then once we have it all painted and dried, we're ready to assemble. We're going to take our hat, we're going to go ahead and place it over the eyes of the ghost, so we're making kind of a Grinch gnome here. Once we have that glued on, we're going to glue on our wooden nose, and then for the hat part of the white portion of like the witch's hat to make it look like Santa, I'm going to use some cotton balls. I'm just going to pull them apart and I'm going to hot glue them to the brim of our hat. That way we get kind of a fluffy Santa hat look and it's super cute and affordable. Then just to give a little more touch, I added a button to the end of the hat, and that is it for this project. This one's super easy as well. You can make a lot of these. You could give them as gifts or sell them at a craft fair if you are into that. Let me know what you guys think about this one. I think it's adorable. Let me know what you think. Project, we're going to do another rendition of our wood round. So we're going to take those same wood rounds that we got from Amazon. We're going to paint it with that same lime green color. And then if you don't want to pick up the stickers, you can make this one without those face stickers. You just need either a heart button or a heart cutout. My heart cutouts came from the Dollar Tree from the Valentine's season. I just had them on hand, but you can pick up buttons that are hearts at Hobby Lobby all year round. So all we're going to do is glue a heart down in the corner of our wood round. We're going to go ahead and add another piece of our boa up at the top. I'm just using the hanger that came with the ornament, and that is it for this one. I really love this one a lot. This is probably my second favorite, which if you see the trend here, I kind of like the Grinch with the heart. That's just kind of where I like to go with the Grinch, but let me know what you guys think. So for this project, we're going to use a couple of these mug cutouts. They are ornaments that you can get at Dollar Tree. Now you can either find them in the fall crafting section or you can find them in the Christmas crafting section. We're going to paint only the bottom portion of our mugs with the lime green paint. I did go ahead and do both sides of this ornament. Once it's dry, we're going to take some cotton balls. We're going to stretch out the cotton balls and glue them to the top of our mug. That's going to make it look like whipped cream. Now you could paint your mug red if you wanted to, if you were going for Grinch colors. If you're just going for like a hot chocolate look too, you don't even have to add the letters I'm going to write on here, or you could change the color and you could totally do the same thing. So we're going to write stink, stank, stunk on our mug. You could also use one of those Grinch sticker faces to make it look kind of like a Grinch mug. There's lots of possibilities for this one. So once I get my letters written on there, I'm just going to go ahead and use some dots and I'm going to put them on all the points of my letters. I like to do that when I do hand lettering like that because I think it adds a little fun twist. If you don't like your handwriting, no worries. You could use a cutting machine here or you could use stickers. That is all we're going to do for this one. This one's super easy, definitely customizable, and you can make it look however you want. Let me know what you think about this one. Use a wood blank from Dollar Tree. These are over in the Crafter Square area. They have a couple different sizes. You want to get the kind of large, wider one. We're going to paint it with some white chalk paint. We're going to let that dry, and then we're going to use these stencils that I got from Hobby Lobby. These stencils are a 2-pack for $2.99. They are half off, so they are $1.50. They're super cute. This one has a Santa and a snowman. We're just going to use the snowman for right now. Now we're just going to stencil it on. I'll link the colors down in my description box. Once it's dry, we're going to add a little funness to the top of our project. So we're going to make a bow. I had this ribbon on hand. I want to say it came from Dollar General. I'm just going to make a shoelace bow, tie it off with some twine, and then we're going to add some greenery. My greenery came from Amazon, and if I can find it, I will link it down in the bottom. I like the frosted look with the berries, one of my favorites. We're just going to put some pieces into the bow behind the bow and then a little bit in front of the bow. I think it adds some really cute cuteness, if that's even a sentence. But if you want to make this a sign, I went ahead and added a hanger to the back. I often use these kind of signs with easels in my decor, and I just kind of put them into areas where I have blank space. But if you want to hang this somewhere, or even on a tree if you have a really large tree, then I went ahead and showed you what kind of hanger. I went ahead and used the same ribbon as my bow, and that is it. Super cute, and I think it is my favorite of the day. Let me know what you guys think. For our next project, we're going to take another wood piece from the crafter square area. This one has a hanger as well, but we're going to make this into a Christmas tree ornament. I was going to just use it the natural wood color, but I didn't like how my stencil turned out on the natural wood color, and so I just went ahead and painted over it with some black chalk paint. I went ahead and painted both sides since this is an ornament and could be seen on the other side. So once that dries, I'm going to take this stencil. I got this stencil in a stencil pack of 4 from Amazon. I'll link those down in my description box. I'm just going to use this middle portion of the stencil. I'm using some white chalk paint, and I don't do a really good coverage here because I want it to get a little bit of a vintage feel. It's up to you how you decide you want your stencil to look. If you want it more crisp, go ahead, make it more crisp. If you like it the way I did it, you want to not put so much paint in your brush and not do a total detail. So once I'm done, I go ahead and pick up a stencil. I really loved how this turned out. It definitely gave me some high-end vibes, or like one of those specialty shop ornaments. That's what I really liked about it. I took this pick. I got these from Joann's last year in a big bag. Any kind of greenery from Dollar Tree or anywhere would work here. And I just hot glued that to the top, and that was it for this one. Super cute. I think this would make a great gift. You could also sell these at craft fairs, and I think that they would be a big hit. Let me know what you guys think about this one. If you've made it this far in the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're not a part of my YouTube family, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and become a part of my YouTube family. For this project, we're going to use another sign that they had in the crafter square area. Again, this is just in the regular crafter square area. They have these all year round, which is nice, so you're not running out and trying to find those Christmas items. Sometimes I know that can be so frustrating. So this is one of those chalkboard signs. I'm going to use another one of the stencil packs from Hobby Lobby. This one is also a 2-pack. We're going to use the ornament stencil, and I wanted to mention here, these are plastic stencils, so they're definitely reusable. I'm going to go ahead and pick out 3 different ornament designs, and we're going to dry brush them with our stencil brush on here. So we're kind of dry brushing / stenciling here. I didn't want a total coverage again, kind of like our ornament. We're going with more of a chalkboardy look since this is a chalkboard sign. So I go ahead and stencil all 3 of my ornaments on, and then we're going to take this baker's twine that I also got from the Dollar Tree. We're going to cut a few pieces, and we're going to glue them up to the top of the sign. I also painted the top of the sign white because I thought it went better with the ornaments. So once I've glued that on, I decided to add some buttons down where the ornaments would meet the string, and then I decided it still needed something, so I added a bow, a little shabby bow up at the top, used a berry for my greenery, and then I stuck some greenery onto the sides. That made me kind of fall in love with this. Again, this could be a oversized ornament, or you could use it as a filler with an easel, or you can also hang this up on the wall. Let me know what you guys think about this one. Super easy and definitely one of my favorites. If you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and comment a Christmas tree and let me know you made it this far and you're enjoying the video. Now let's get back to our DIYs. Now I found these super cute birdhouse boxes, that's what it reminded me of, over in the Crafter Square area. Again, the general Crafter Square area. There are two kinds, there's one with a heart and one with a star, and they have like a little planter area. Now I've made some ornaments before that were birdhouses. I will link that video down in my description box if you want to check it out. It's definitely one of my more viewed videos, but I thought this gave me that same kind of vibe, and so I decided to make it an ornament. Now you could also use this as a shelf sitter or a tiered tray, a larger tiered tray item. So we're going to paint it with some white acrylic paint and then some white chalk paint up at the top. We're also going to give it a dry brush. Now my paint was a tiny bit wet and so it turned a little pink when I was going on the inside of it, but I didn't mind. So if you don't want that, just definitely make sure your paint is totally dry. Once my dry brushing is dry, I went ahead and took my greenery, pushed it down into the planter box area, added some berries from there as well, and then I decided to go ahead and add my hanger. So I'm using some red and white polka dot ribbon. I'm just going to go ahead and make a hanger on the back. When I was done, I decided it still needed something, so I made a cute little shoelace bow to go at the top and put a little berry there. And then that is it for this one. I think this would make it a very cute centerpiece as well, using multiple boxes. Let me know if you'd like to see that centerpiece down in the comments, and let me know what you think about this ornament. Now for this project, it is something that I saw on TikTok. Now we're going to take a frame from the Dollar Tree. Definitely check that your frame is in good shape before you bring it home. Mine was not in the greatest shape. It had part of the backing coming through the front, and then one of my pieces fell off in the back. So double check your frames before you come home with them. I'm going to go ahead and take the paper out of this one and then paint the cardboard part white. Once it dries, I took this mesh that also came from the Dollar Tree. It's very sheer, so I doubled it up, and then I just hot glued the corners onto the backing of the frame. I just went ahead and put that back inside after I cut off any excess pieces. And then I took this village that they had these last year, and I made them to look like cookies for a kind of gingerbread video. I'll link that video down in the description box as well, but I thought this would be really cute, so I painted them white, and then I just went ahead and hot glued them to the front of our frame. I had these snowflake wood cutouts. I know that they also have wooden stickers at Dollar Tree that are similar to this, and you could definitely use these. I went ahead, hot glued them onto the frame just to make it look like it was snowing. I did not paint these because I wanted them to have a different color contrast, but if you want it all to be white, then paint it white. And that is it for this project. It's super simple, definitely one kids can make, and they have various different houses that you can pick up over there, and I even saw a nativity this year, which I think would be super cute for this project. Let me know what you think about this one. So for this DIY, I picked up these ornaments on Amazon. I have them linked down in my description box. You're going to get a set of 24 ornaments. They also come with this ribbon. You are going to attach the ribbon into the hole and tie a knot. These would make just an ornament by themselves, and you could totally have just a Christmas tree with these ornaments. I also made another project with this, and I'll link that video at the end of this video and down in my description box. All we're going to do is attach these together. We're also going to be using this jute twine that is wired. I'm not sure where mine came from, but I do know that Dollar Tree sells a version of this. We're going to go ahead and attach these numbers that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. You can do this DIY a couple different ways. You can attach the numbers and attach our ornaments on each day as an advent calendar, or you could use a plain clothespins and you could just attach them all at once. Use it as a garland for a decoration all through the year. This one's super simple, would make a great gift or a gift for yourself. I absolutely love these ornaments. Let me know what you guys think about this Christ-centered Christmas idea. So this next idea is not a DIY, but it is something that I've really enjoyed doing with my family. Last year at Hobby Lobby, I picked up this kit, and it's called the Giving Manger. In the kit, you get this book, you get a manger, you get some straw, and a baby Jesus. And the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna read this book, The Giving Manger. And it goes through a family who doesn't have a lot, and they usually get about one gift per year, and the father says that they're going to be getting more gifts this year. And the kids are really excited until they find out that it's this manger, and they're supposed to be putting some straw into the manger every time they do a good deed for someone. And so one of the children is really angry about this idea until they start doing kind things for other people, and it just follows them through their journey of doing this. So you're going to finish the book, and then you're going to introduce your manger and your straw and doing kind things for others. And through the entire season, you're going to be putting little pieces of straw into the manger, and then on Christmas Eve you're going to put out baby Jesus onto your straw of all the good deeds that you've done. I really love this. It really gives a nice spirit to your home and the idea that you are keeping your center of Christmas on Christ. Let me know what you think about this one. If you've made it this far in the video, I would love to know how you are celebrating a Christ-centered Christmas at your home. Leave a comment down below and let me know some ideas that you have. So this next DIY is one of these wooden kits that they have at the Dollar Tree. They came out with more this year, and in this one they had a nativity one. All we're going to do is use some antique Waverly wax. We're going to stain the entire thing. I also have this oval shaped wood piece that came from the Crafter Square area. Once I have this all done up with the antique Waverly wax, I'm going to put the pieces together. I like this one because it has holes for you to tell you exactly where the pieces go. You can flip it around if you want the wise men to be on the other side. So I just go ahead and assemble it, and then we're going to hot glue it down to our oval piece of wood. We're going to add some Spanish moss around the bottom and into the inside, and that is it. A super quick and easy nativity that only cost about $3, and you have this really nice decor piece. This would also make a really great gift. Let me know what you think about this one. So for this DIY, I picked up this nativity from Hobby Lobby. It's an unfinished wood. You can get it in the middle aisle at my Hobby Lobby, but it's definitely over in the Christmas area. I'm going to take some Waverly antique wax, and I'm going to cover all of the nativity and this wooden box that I got from Dollar Tree for $3. Once that has dried, I'm going to go ahead and take this gold leaf that I also got at Dollar Tree for $3. I've never used this project before, but I really liked how this turned out, and I definitely want to do some more DIYs with this. But I'm just going to cover Mary, Joseph, and the baby. We're going to get all the gold leaf on there along with the star. And then once I had that all finished, I felt like the stable just needed something extra. It just looked too plain to go with this really high-end looking gold leaf. So I tried a couple different options. I dry brushed, I painted some copper paint on it, and I still felt like it was missing something. So I went ahead, covered it again with the copper paint, and then put the gold leaf on top of the copper. I really loved how this turned out because you get two different colors with the gold leaf, and so you get two like contrasting things. I went ahead and hot glued that to the box, and that is it. You could put some lights behind that. I think it would look very pretty with some lights, a string of the Dollar Tree lights. But here it is. Let me know what you guys think about this one. I thought I would leave you guys with one last little bit of my own nativity that I put out every year. It's a gift from my husband when we were very first married. I absolutely love it, and it's one of my treasured pieces. I hope you guys enjoy it as well. So this project is a Pinterest inspired project. I saw it on Pinterest. I thought it'd be totally fun to recreate. We're going to take 5 of these lunch sacks and we're going to cut off the top at an angle. Now you can cut either side as an angle, or you can fold them in half and then cut them at an angle. And then you're just going to cut the top to be flat. We're trying to make a house here, so whichever way is easier for you. Now I did go ahead and poke some holes at the top with these hole punch. That did not work because the holes were a little bit too small, but you don't actually need the holes for this project. Now, once we have them cut out, we're going to take this puff paint that I got from the Dollar Tree. I used 1 container of the puff paint for all 5 of our houses. And then this is the fun part. You're just going to decorate the bags as a gingerbread house. This would be super fun for kids to do. Everyone in your family could decorate one, and this makes a really cute village, which is kind of where I was going with this. But you could also use these as a gift bag if you wanted to. You could stuff them or not stuff them. I chose not to because you don't really need it, but that is totally up to you. So once you've done the puff paint, you're going to go ahead and let that dry. And then once it's dry, we're going to use some hot glue. We're going to glue the tops together after we have puffed out the bag. I took some of this baker's twine, tied it in a cute little shoelace bow, glued it to where I had put those holes, and then that is it. I arranged them up on my shelf as a little village. I totally love this. This was super fun, and you don't have to keep this year over year if you don't want to. It was super easy and fast to make. You could recreate it each year or save them. It's up to you, or give them as a gift. This one's versatile. Let me know what you think about this project. So this project is going to be a super fun project that you could make with your grandkids, your own kids, or if you're a teacher, this would make a really easy and fun ornament to take home at the end of Christmas break. So all you're going to do is get a bag. 1 bag will do. You're going to trace a gingerbread cutout. Now, if you want to print one off of the internet and trace that, you could. I drew mine freehand. I think that gives it a little bit more character. I made 3 of these. Each one was different. So once you have it drawn on there, you're going to cut it out. Now I cut out 2 from that one pattern because originally I was going to stuff these with some stuffing. That did not work out. So I just went ahead and glued them together anyway. It gives them a little bit more stability. If you wanted to stuff it, you need to make them a little bit bigger. Once I get them hot glued together, I draw on their cute little faces. I just used a regular marker. I used black and red. I drew on a cute face, added some buttons, and then I'm going to use some baker's twine on the back to give it a hanger, and that is it. You could have kids decorate these however they wanted. I think it would be super cute, and if you're a teacher, this would make a really fun classroom decor for Christmas. Let me know what you guys think about this one. It's that time in the video to go ahead and hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and become a part of my YouTube family. For this project, we're going to take another one of the bags and we're going to draw, and I'm just doing it freehand, a mitten template. Now, I needed to make my thumbs a little bit longer in this mitten template, so just keep that in mind when you cut it out. But I went ahead and just cut out this on the one bag, and when you do that, you get 2 cutouts. I just flipped the other one around to make it look like I had 2 mittens. I went ahead and glued these. Where I glued them, I didn't really like it. Looked like a dog's head instead of 2 mittens. So I went ahead and just cut it and then adjusted it, hot glued it back on. You couldn't tell at all that I had adjusted that. Once I had that on there, I took some antique Waverly wax and went over all of the mitten cutout to give it a more vintage feel. Once that dried, I took some antique white acrylic paint and my chippy brush and I went over the entire project. A little bit more heavier on the cuffs where the would meet your wrist. Then once that dried, I took some greenery that I had on hand. This came from the Dollar Tree, and then my berries is just a pick I've had for a really long time. I added some ribbon, and that is it for this one. I went ahead and added a hanger on the back because I made this an ornament. If you wanted to make this a hanging piece for your home decor, you would want to give this some sturdiness in the back. So I would highly suggest maybe a piece of paper, but mine was just an ornament and it worked fine. I really like how this turned out. It was super easy, inexpensive, and this would make a really cute gift. Let me know what you think about this one. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for being here. Comment a present emoji and let me know you're enjoying the video. Now for this project, we're going to be making a snowflake, and I know that these are not like a new idea. They are all over Pinterest. I just wanted to show you guys how super simple they are to make, and they add this really kind of elegant but neutral look to your home. In my old home where I used to live, I hung them from a curtain rod that was in my dining room, and I absolutely loved them. I even kept them up all winter long. So it's super simple. We're just going to take 7 of these bags. We're going to use hot glue. If you don't want to use hot glue, you can definitely use a glue stick. If you're doing this with kids, a glue stick would be a better option. Then you're going to glue them all together. You need some super sharp scissors because if you watch me try and cut this, mine are not super sharp, and I definitely need to put new scissors on my Christmas list. So you're just going to cut them into a sharp point at the top where you would open the gift bag, and then you're going to cut it like any kind of snowflake. You're going to add a little bit of design into the sides of it. When you have it cut out the way that you would like, all you're going to do is open it up, and it's so satisfying to open the snowflake. All you're going to do is glue the ends together. I used hot glue, and then I put a little hole in the top, added some baker's twine, and then my son has a hanger on his door, and I hung it on his door for Christmas. Super easy. You can make these with kids. You can make them in a classroom as well. You can make them for your own home decor. I think they're beautiful. Let me know if you've ever made one of these or if you're going to give it a try this year. So these lunch sacks can also be used as gift bags. You get 32 of them. I got mine at Dollar General because, believe it or not, I couldn't find any at my Dollar Tree, but you either are going to pay $1.25 or in my case at Dollar General they were $1.75, and I got 32 bags. So I'm going to make gift bags for like a Secret Santa or a countdown to Christmas, and this is a really inexpensive way to do that. You can customize them all kinds of different ways. You can do it like I'm going to show you here, or I'm going to link a video that I did last year using these same sacks to do some countdown to Christmas ideas. So all we're going to do is we're going to fold over the top. I have this really cute punch that you just punch and it makes 2 holes. It's actually 2 lines. You're going to thread your ribbon in between these 2 lines into the one side. When it comes to the other side, you're going to use whatever tag you want, or you can just make a bow. I'm using this chalkboard tag that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to thread my ribbon through the hole, and then I'm going to just tie a shoelace bow here. Once I have that all attached, I used a paint marker to write to and from on my tag, and then I decided to decorate my bag. I'm just going to draw some super simple snowflakes onto the front of this bag. Anyone can make these snowflakes. It's basically drawing lines and adding dots. I just stagger them around my bag, and then you have this super cute bag. I'm going to use these. I'm going to make 5 of them and use them for my Secret Santa gifts this year for work, but they are super easy to make and a really great way to customize and personalize gift bags. Let me know what you guys think about this one. Thanks for making it to the end of this video. If you want to keep on crafting with me, check out these videos next. And as always, wherever you are in your journey is a perfect place to start. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!